Believe it or not, GameThirst actually acknowledged one of my earliest theories. Let me explain. Just watch this clip.
Hard for me to choose my replacement. I'm thinking about giving the role to you.
Really?
Really? Nothing official yet, but I think there's a decent guy beneath all that graft.
He's getting promoted. It's unclear to what position, but we do know that the higher up in this company you get, the more you begin to learn about the true nature of things. It's the executives at the company that are running the Bigger Bodies initiative, and so there's a chance that dear old Rich here got promoted and was clued into what was going on. And given his love for these kids, I have a feeling that wouldn't sit too well. This puts Rich in an interesting position as it primes him to potentially be the true identity of either the prototype or the player themselves.
See, look there. I made a theory that Rich here was the player. And they actually not only acknowledged it, but give new evidence as to why it could be true. Just keep watching.
We know the player is an ex-employee thanks to the descriptions from Chapter 1. The player was recognized by both Mummy and Mr. Light, meaning he had access to both the game station and the playcare, areas that were only really operated by staff members involved in the experiments. Plus, when we looked at the slides of the executive staff members in Chapter 2, one of them was conveniently missing a name, likely so he couldn't figure out who we were. If Rich is getting promoted, there's a chance he was given access to these facilities and continued to climb the ladder to be an important part of the team. So much so that he was informed of the experiments they had been doing, which would have horrified him and likely led him to quit, only to return years later. The problem is, the letters that fell off the sign of the executive slides don't spell Rich, or...
Yeah, I didn't notice that detail in Chapter 2. Well, I didn't play Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. I only played Chapter 2. Yeah, but when I saw people play, I didn't notice that detail. Forgot about it.
Richard, or anything that would point towards him being an executive. The tapes also show Rich to be an aggressive type who isn't afraid to speak his mind. For him to miss the hour of joy, he would have had to just run away, which doesn't feel in character for him. I also don't think Playtime Co would be particularly happy with someone who knew what was going on and had a tendency to make a fuss about it, just leaving their position. I mean, just look at Paul Rowan Stoll, fed to Boxy Boo for discovering the truth and planning to release it to the public.
Yeah, so not only did they acknowledge my theory and give some new evidence as to how it could be true, but they also provide some evidence that could lead to it not being true. I mean, what do you guys think? Is my theory real or not? Or did they intentionally acknowledge it, knowing that I'm the one who originally made that theory? I was just watching this casually, and then once I saw how they were theorizing that Rich was potentially the player, I was like, wait a minute, I made that theory. Did they watch my video? I don't know if they watched it or not. Yeah. If you guys think my theory is true, let me know down in the comments below. And even if you don't think it is, still let me know. Anyways, I will see you next one. Goodbye and stay determined.